Hi guys, welcome back. I am here with Dallas, my roommate. We're gonna do a Q&A for y'all since y'all requested it. Shout out to Claire, our friend, for this suggestion. So
abandoned us and moved to Colorado, but and Miss Peyton in the background.
She says hi. We're gonna get started. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below some more ideas. So, yes.
So our first question is, where are you from and what's your favorite activity to do on the weekend? So I'm from Kansas. I am not an Oklahoman. And my favorite activity to do on the weekend. So if I have a free weekend, that's always the real question, if I'm not working. But when I do have a free weekend, usually I'll just sleep in, hang out with some friends, read a book, do one of our coffee shops, work on some homework.
So literally anything without just like the busyness.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. It's kind of one of those things of just like, you know what, the weekend brings what it brings and you just kind of roll with it.
Yes, for sure. I am originally from Oklahoma and my favorite thing to do on the weekends is literally just stay in the room.
Yeah.
You will always see me in my room. So yeah, that's my answer. But
yeah. So who is more extroverted or introverted?
I'm right about this one just because we're both extroverts, but yes. I would say you were more extroverted and I'm the more introverted, but we're both extroverted.
Yeah, we're both pretty extroverted, but I think that like I'm more extroverted just in the sense I still need my alone time, but I don't prefer to be alone versus you. Like, I don't think you prefer to be alone, but I think you also like are better at being alone than I am.
Yeah. I like have more time to rest than her. I think with your busy schedule with working at a coffee shop now and everything, I don't even have a job. I'm trying to do this as a job right now, so we're all good. Every like, comment, and subscriber will help me out tremendously.
Yes, do it. Do it. Who's the biggest Chiefs fan?
Shout out to Sarah for this question, by the way. Yeah, she's from Kansas, so she is a bigger Chiefs fan, but I have family in Kansas, and we had like a Super Bowl party. That's probably why people are asking.
We did have a Super Bowl party
at my house.
Yeah, I left early because I was very upset with how they were playing because our O-line really sucked, but it's fine. It's okay. I'm not salty about it at all. It's
yeah, so she is because she is originally from Kansas. That's our answer.
Yes.
Shout out to Hunter for this next question.
Why in the world would you ever like the Chiefs at Dallas? You know, I'm from Kansas. You're from Dallas. Basically, you're probably a Cowboys fan. Actually, I know you're a Cowboys fan. Hunter, why would you ever like the Cowboys? That's the real question.
That is the real question. So comment below for us that way.
At least we made it to the Super Bowl.
That's true.
So the next question is, what do you do when you are both bored?
I love being able just to listen to music. My favorites right now is driver's license, but the clean version.
Yes. Just
specifying. Lie, and then Sabrina Carpenter's Skin.
Yeah, so basically homegirl over here is just playing the trio.
She comes in every day is like, okay, we're all good.
Yeah, no, I enjoy all the songs. I'm Team Olivia, so.
Also just watching New Girl right now, so that's a good show. So comment below some of your favorite Netflix shows and I will try to watch them.
Yeah, absolutely. What do I do when I'm bored? When I'm bored, well, I like to read a lot. So usually I read, I'll listen to music, maybe paint some. If it's not like negative 18 degrees outside, I like to go outside. We have a really pretty lake that's near us, so sometimes I'll just go sit out there. But usually when I'm bored, I'll just kind of listen to music, maybe take a nap. I like naps a lot.
We all love naps at this point.
Yeah, but they are just like, when I nap, like it's not just like you're like cool like 30-45 minute nap. No, like I go for like a solid like hour and a half to 3 hours.
I've experienced it before with her, so.
I'm also a really heavy sleeper, so like she'll come in the room, I won't wake up.
I'm the opposite, and that way I am a very light sleeper, so I can hear her.
Yeah,
but
it's okay. It works.
We worked it out the first semester. We can do it again. Shout out.
No.
Okay. And then Sarah again
says, how do you like living with each other? I would say I enjoy it.
Yeah.
We're kind of opposites on like certain things and like our living spaces. So like I'm definitely a lot messier than Kora is. I also just like dread putting away laundry. So sometimes my clean laundry just stays in my laundry basket. That's just how it is. But we're both like pretty clean people. We like never hate each other's spaces.
No, we don't.
Also, like we like align down the middle of the thing. But I mean, I really enjoy living with each other. We did have some troubles. I will be completely honest.
First semester was a little off because
Yes.
of communication.
Yeah.
Roommate advice: communication is key.
Yes.
No matter
absolutely,
what.
Absolutely.
So.
And it's not hard to communicate because neither of us are confrontational people at all.
We're not.
No, we are not confrontational people. So sometimes like sitting down and having those conversations is hard. In the end, it makes living a lot easier, and it also like your dorm room is your home away from home. So like when you are going and living with someone else, like it's a very different experience unless you have done it before. And so adjusting to that is really hard, but it also is a lot simpler if you communicate with each other, just because then you're able to go into your room and not feel like you want to leave. Because I didn't spend a whole lot of time in the room first semester just because like we did not communicate well, and so I loved being in the room, but I also just kind of was like, if I don't have to be in the room, I don't want to be in the room. But then we communicated, and now I'm in the room a lot more. And we hang out a lot more. Definitely communication. It was definitely rough first semester, but we kind of figured some things out, and yeah, we're good now.
We had that conversation this semester, and I think it's going way better.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
It was definitely a hard conversation, but
it
advice.
was. Yes.
Having those hard conversations are good. Do you guys share basically everything with each other, like secrets or clothes? We don't share clothes a whole lot.
We do from other people, if that makes sense. She
So,
does it more than me because I like my own stuff.
So I think like we have like very different styles of what we wear. But then our next door neighbors,
Shout out to Beth and Catherine.
Yes, I go in their room, and Beth and I share clothes a lot just because we have very similar styles. Beth will come in and like be like, hey, I'm gonna steal this. And I'll be like, okay. And then I'll walk in and be like, hey, I'm gonna steal this. And then we just kind of like give them back whenever we washed them or we're done with them. But like we don't really share clothes a whole lot, and it's not that like we don't like each other's clothes. It's just we never like.
We have never thought at once, like, about...
And like, hey, like, I want to steal this.
Yeah.
And then secrets. I don't really have any secrets, I guess. That, like...
We're both open books.
Yeah.
And we, like, talk to each other about anything. So, like, it will be a late-night conversation. Or during our talk, we, like, literally spilled out everything. So...
Yeah. And it's also one of those things where it's, like, most of the time, like, our conversations turn into, like, pointing each other back to Jesus. And, like... there's something going on. Like, I wouldn't say, like, we ever are like, oh my gosh, this is a secret and you have to keep this. It's more so like, hey, this is what I'm going through right now, and, like, I just need some advice on this. I would say we don't necessarily, like, share secrets, but we definitely, like, share, like, what we're struggling with or, like, what, like, good things are happening during our days.
Yeah, for sure. Shout out to Beth for this next one, as we were talking about her earlier. But.
So, it says, what's your favorite high school memory?
So I was like around the student ministry in my home church a lot. I just like volunteered, played the piano for 1.5 years. I really just like enjoyed everything with student ministry. So my favorite parts were just being a part of it. And I also did like an internship that led me to this school. It was just really, really cool that way. So
I think my favorite high school memory was my senior year when COVID like first happened. I was supposed to do a like graduation ceremony at my church for all the students, all the seniors, and we had like the biggest senior class that had ever like gone through our student ministry. So there were about like 40 of us that would like pretty like decently consistently show up. And so we were supposed to do like a graduation celebration for all of us where we like get cake, everyone brings a poster board with pictures and like memorabilia from their high school. But because of COVID that got canceled, and so we did it online instead, which was super, super amazing because we still were able to do it. But after that, we all kind of got together and we're like, you know what, like let's go up to the church, sit in the parking lot, socially distant, and just kind of have like a worship night together. For like 30-45 minutes, we all kind of just hung out in the parking lot and just got to worship together. It was really amazing because that was kind of the last time like we all were able to like truly be together other than like grad parties and like being around like other people. It was nice because it was just our class. I was able to get together and just worship one last time before we all kind of went our separate ways.
High school. What an experience.
Yes. High school is very interesting. But we don't need to talk about that.
Yeah. Shout out to Haley for this question.
Yes. Says our favorite college memory so far.
So many.
Yeah. My favorite college memory so far was, oh gosh.
I know.
There's
it's
so
like
many. There's like so many where it's like, because like we're still like in college, so it's not like, oh my gosh, like looking back. It's kind of, yeah. So like I think we're in the middle of it, but I would say like thus far, one of my favorite college memories is probably like this past week was my birthday, and like all the girls upstairs and then Kora, they all kind of like threw me a little birthday party, and we like moved a mattress into our friend's room, and we set up the TV, and we like all got to watch movies and just hang out and play games, and then we went sledding and just went outside and played in the snow. So that was a lot of fun.
It was freezing. Literally our hands were just like frozen.
They were red, but it's okay.
I was taking photos and I was just like, ah.
Yeah, but it was a lot of fun. Definitely one of like my top like favorite memories so far. Or we have like a tower that's in the middle of our lake, and I jumped off that, so that was really fun too. I jumped off it in the middle of the night, so you know that was a fun one too.
See, I need to do that because I love heights. So
yeah, absolutely.
My favorites is just like hanging out with everyone. Everyone's different here.
Yeah.
It's like different majors, different personalities and stuff like that. Being able to see people, point them to Jesus, so encouraging. And I found like the bestest friends here, like including my roommates. So that's been amazing.
Absolutely. Nope.
The guys who did this is not.
We have some friends named Hunter and Grayson. They like
Shoutouts to them.
Yeah, they like to be funny. Send in a bunch of like random questions that we're just not gonna answer because they're
like, one of them was like, what prescription of glasses do you have? Mine's for distance. I will just say that. Like, I can see up close, but I can't see like far out there. So.
And I have an astigmatism, so I don't really have to wear my glasses a whole lot, but my eyes are definitely getting worse. So sorry, Mom, I still have not made that eye doctor appointment. My bad. I'll do that today. All right. Haley asked, how have you seen God's faithfulness this semester?
This semester or last semester? Because
yeah, last semester was rough.
Yeah, I cannot tell you enough how many people have been like, this has been the hardest semester by far, like last semester. And I was like, yes, business was a rough one, but that's all I'm gonna say. For me personally, I really am a student who wants to get 4.0s, like one of those people that like works their butt off. And so I had my see, that's another difference. So my business class, like, oh, I'm just gonna take this to see, and I've never done business before. Very, very hard, and I literally like barely passed. I've seen the Lord just like be like, hey, grades don't define you, and friendships don't define you. Like, you are defined in me because I have died for you. So I feel like that has been one of the most comforting things through that.
Jeez.
So much.
I just want to say that like first semester, your freshman year, we talked to all of our friends and all of them were like, yeah, first semester is rough. Like I don't think like, if you have a good first semester, please let me know how you did it because you're like a magician or something. Like but I think in like having that rough first semester, it led me into the Lord's faithfulness of like coming back into this semester and realizing like at the end of the day, like as long as like you're pursuing the Lord and as long as you're like chasing after him, like he's gonna gift you with so many things, even like if it's something like you didn't think like would be given to you, or it's not something necessarily that like you foresaw like in the way you prayed for something it happening. I would say like I was really involved back home at my like home church. Coming down here, I really wanted to get involved at a local church down here. So in turn of that, I found a home church in Frontline, one of the churches down here. Just seeing the Lord's faithfulness and just the relationships that I've been able to build within the church, but also I am able to serve within the church. And then I also am staying here over the summer to continue serving within the church and working at the coffee shop that I work at down here, staying with some of the people that I've started going to church with and who have loved me so well. Probably just seeing the Lord's faithfulness and that I've prayed for, but it didn't happen in the way that I thought they were going to, but they happened in a way for his glory to be shown and not for my own.
That's really good.
That's all good. My gosh. I got so
Don't worry, we're gonna be editing this.
Have you struggled in your faith and how did Christ guide you in overcoming it? I will say I definitely, over quarantine, I was going into quarantine with probably like one of the greatest places I had ever been in my faith. And then quarantine hit, and I never wanted to admit it, but I was very, very upset at God, and I was really, really angry with him because there were so many things that were gonna come to fruition in that season. There was graduation, and like I played softball in high school, so I was gonna get my senior softball season, able to just experience it and have fun with like my teammates that I'd spent the past 4 years with, and being able to like continue leading within our church, just being able to like build those relationships even more before I left for college. In turn of Corona, all those things kind of just like crumbled to the ground. And so I was really upset at God because I was like, okay, you're kidding. Like all these things like you had like blessed me with are getting taken away. I listened to a sermon probably in like June because I didn't really open my Bible from like March to May because I was upset, like I don't want to do this, I have zero desire to do it. And so in June I ended up listening to a sermon, and it talked about how sometimes we put our faith in the blessings that the Lord gives us instead of in the Lord's character himself and what he's gonna do for us. And that was just like a big like stab to the heart. But it was just one of those things where I was very much so like able to talk to my youth pastor's wife, and she talked about how like at the end of the day, like what you're able to bring to the table is what the Lord wants from you. Where it's just like the lady who had like basically 2 pennies and everybody else had so much to like give, but they were like, oh, we're only going to give a portion of what we have, and she gave everything. She gave those 2 pennies. The Lord delights in what you're able to give him, even more so like no matter how small it is you're able to give him, like he delights in that. And so I struggled with my faith a lot, and then coming into college I struggled with it up until probably about like October, where I hit my point of like regularly attending like our community group, regularly getting in the word and making sure that like that was becoming kind of a daily thing for me, just because it is hard in college to kind of like set aside that time. Like, oh, I want to go hang out with my friends, or oh, I have this homework that I need to do, or I have class, or I need to eat, like all these different things being thrown at you from every single direction. It definitely is a struggle, but also like when you like make it a priority and you're like, okay, you know what, like from this time to this time, like this is the Lord's time that I'm going to set aside, and it doesn't have to be the exact same time every single day. Because like some mornings I have 8 a.m.s, and you know what, like as much of a morning person as I am, I really just don't want to get up because I like to have like slow mornings. And that's when I'm a morning person, not when I'm like, okay, you know what, I'm waking up at 7:30 so I can leave here by 7:50 so that way I can get to class at 8 o'clock. It's 8:05, I walk in late a lot, but that's okay. I think just setting aside that time and making it a priority is really important. Like what you prioritize in your life, like that's where your heart is. And so I think also like when you make like the Lord a priority, like your heart is very much so like dive into like who he is, and also like you're gonna be able to take what you learn and like what he is placing upon you and be able to give that to others.
That's really good. I think for me, everyone has struggled with this, but like anxiety has been like the worst thing for me. I even did a video on it, so I'll put like a link here, but it's been really a part of my life, and I would stress out about the littlest of things. I don't know if I even told you yet, but I've started to have panic attacks over college, which has never happened to me before. I just would have so many thoughts in my head. I just thought I could control things. So like whenever my business class last semester was not going well, I was just like, I'm just so stressed out. I'm sweating all over the place. Like, what do I do? Yeah. And like, it's just hard for me during the first semester. I'm just like specifically doing that, having a quiet time, because I was just like, I need to do business homework. I need to do philosophy homework. I need to do all these things. And then I'm like, okay, I need to have some restful time before going to bed, because that's how I go about. And so it's like, where do I have time with Jesus and stuff like that? So
sorry, someone got stuck outside.
And so
it's one of our maintenance trucks too.
Snow days is all. So I think the Lord has just been faithful, and throughout that difficult time, it's been so good.
It's a plow pushing in right now. That's really just what's happening.
Disruption, so sorry.
Yeah, sorry. It's just like, this is kind of entertaining. I have not driven at all.
I have not.
I've left, but that's because
because of work.
Yeah, I don't have to drive myself. So
that's true. We'll have a few more questions and then we'll end this off.
This one is, in what phase of your life did you grow the most?
I think college, honestly. Just being alone. I'm a homebody. That's probably one of our big differences. I'm a homebody.
And I'm not a homebody. And go everywhere else but home.
Throughout high school, I realized that through like going home a lot and Like, my mom was my best friend, so shout out mom. Like, being able, I'm here right now and I've been home maybe 3 to 4 times already throughout a whole month and a half. So I'm actually proud about that, honestly.
Sorry, I'm just watching them getting this truck unstuck right now.
In the home buy I think college was when I was most growing right now and stuff. Your face just made me
they're straight up just using like, well, they got it.
Amazement right
it's like,
here.
It's one of those like, okay, I don't really know what they're called. I'm not a construction girl at all. But like that have the like a tractor, but like it has the like scoop thing in it, and they like use that to push the truck out. I don't know, that kind of amazed me. Sorry, I think I have ADHD, but I cut that part out. I would say probably the time that I grew the most is my sophomore year of high school. That's when I kind of, oh my gosh, why are they, sorry, another truck just got stuck. You would think they would learn. But my sophomore year in high school, I really kind of dove into like serving in the church, but also making church a priority. I just got to see the Lord's faithfulness a lot that year. Like, I found a lot of my friends like within our youth group and within the church. And so I hung out with people from school, but I hung out a lot more with people from my church. And so I think that's kind of when I know the truck just got stuck. Sorry.
It's all good.
That's when I saw like the most growth was in being able to like find that community within the church, or honestly probably like coming to college, because it's the first time you're on your own and you kind of have to, you're figuring out who you are. No one really knows you, and so you're able to be yourself, versus in high school a lot of times like you've grown up with a lot of the people you go to high school with, unless you move or something random happens. But a lot of times like you have grown up with those people and so are stuck in the persona that they see you as, versus when you come to college, like no one really knows you, able to just like grow and like be who you want to be. It's just been really amazing. Just great for like growing in the Lord, but also just growing as a human being, the way that like you invest in other human beings.
That's awesome.
Okay, what's y'all's favorite Bible verses and why?
Because of my anxiety, I lean towards Philippians 4:6-7. If y'all ever want to look that up, or I'll just put in the description box below. But it just basically says just not to be anxious about anything, and like relying on the Lord through that is just comforts me every time, even whenever I'm stressed out, even whenever bad things are going on or whatever. Throughout the coronavirus, it's just like
they just said we're going remote Thursday and Friday. Again, we have not gone to classes this whole entire week.
This is going to be on the video though. I feel like that verse has been really stuck out to me, and throughout my whole entire life, that's literally verse like to go to.
I'm gonna find it in the translation that I like.
There are a lot of translations, and I just learned in New Testament there are like over 5,000 manuscripts of the Bible. Like they don't have the original Bible, which is so cool.
Yeah, nope, it's not that one. Christian Standard Bible.
Yes.
It's, sorry, I just got like 3 text messages. I was like, no in-person classes, party! Actually, party, it's just like a party for Jesus. That's, yep. Okay.
Yes, Jesus is number 1.
My favorite verse is Psalm 116, 5 through 14. And it says, the Lord is gracious and righteous, our God is compassionate. The Lord guards the simple-hearted. I was helpless and he saved me. Return to your rest, my soul, for the Lord has been good to you. For you, Lord, rescued me from death, my eyes from tears, my feet from stumbling. I will walk before the Lord in the land of the living. I believed even when I said I am severely oppressed. In my alarm I said, everyone is a liar. How can I repay the Lord for all the good he has done for me? I will take the cup of salvation and call on the name of the Lord. I will fulfill my vows to the Lord in the presence of all his people.
That's really good.
So that's just kind of been a verse that has been something to kind of pull me out of the darkness. Anytime I'm in kind of a season of like, man, I don't hear the Lord, or man, I really am just like stuck and I feel stuck. Definitely has been a verse that has just kind of like been something that I'm able to rely on and just look upon and be like, you know what, like when I was in great need, he saved me. And it's like, be at rest once more on my soul, for the Lord has been good to you. I'm not a restful person at all. Require not a whole lot of sleep to survive. It's just something that's been good to be like, okay, like you need to rest. So like the Lord has been good to you, and you have seen his faithfulness through all these things. So why not trust in him in this moment? And why not see him as still faithful, because like he's not gonna let you down, and he has never let you down before. That's my favorite verse. Your favorite verse? Okay, everyone keeps texting me. Where did you text me at? That's my
Right there.
grandma. Texted me today. She's a sweetheart. I love her. When did you feel most proud of yourself? When did I feel most proud of myself?
That's a hard question, honestly.
That is a really hard question.
So, shout out to Beth again.
Yeah.
I think most of these questions are by Beth, so thank you so much.
The moment I was most proud of myself is for a couple weeks that were really rough at school. I kind of just wanted to, where I just kind of stayed in the dorm a whole lot, and I didn't really want to leave and go out because I was kind of dealing with some personal stuff. In my mind, I kind of took that time, and like Kora said, I'm not a homebody. I like to be around people. I thrive on just being around people. I took a week and a half, and I just kept to myself a lot more than I typically do. In that time, I also spent a lot of time in the Word. I would say that's probably a moment I was most proud of myself, is where I was starting to learn that it's okay to be by yourself, and it's not that you necessarily have to have people surrounding you at all moments, because I've never been the loner. I always want someone by my side, and I love people, and if I'm just in a crowd, that's fine. I'd much rather do that than sit in a room silently by myself. I think that was a moment that I was most proud of myself, because it was a moment where I just took a breath and I said, okay, this is going to be the Lord, and I'm not going to push what He has intended for me. I was able to just sit down, get in the Word, do my homework, go to classes, grab food, whatever, but I also wasn't intentionally seeking out places where I felt, I don't know what the right word to use is, but where I felt comfortable. I think I was bringing myself to an uncomfortable place where I typically wouldn't stay or wouldn't want to be. And a lot of times the most growth happens when you're uncomfortable. So I brought myself to a very uncomfortable place where I was faced to facts and reality of situations and decisions I had made, and just who I was and who I wanted to become and who I wanted to be, but who I was in that situation. And I had to face those facts and realities, and it was really hard and it was really uncomfortable, and I had to have some really hard conversations with people. Also turned out to be something that kind of redirected where my mind was and where my heart for the Lord was. The ability to love others better because of the situation, because I think that the Lord takes us through a lot of things where you don't think it's fun. It's usually not fun. It's really hard and it's really rough and it sucks. Then a lot of times you're able to use that for His glory. And you're able to use it to love other people better because of it, because they're going through the same thing you are, and you're able to look at them and be listen, I literally just walked through that, and I just had that moment with the Lord where I was man, what am I doing? And then you're able to love someone better because of it. And at the end of the day, if I'm able to love my friends better because of situations I've gone through, or hard things that I've went through, or stupid decisions I've made, then I don't want to continue sinning, because that's not what we're supposed to do as Christians. But also at the same time, I'm able to use that to love someone better and love one of my friends better through a situation. By all means, Lord, put me through fire. That's okay. I know I'm not alone walking through it. And so the moment I was most proud of myself is when you have to have those uncomfortable conversations, and you have to have that hard realization of man, this isn't who I want to be, and this isn't where I want to stay. Letting the Lord pick me up out of it, instead of putting myself in a position to let worldly things pick me up out of it.
Really good stuff. I think for me, the most proud, I really struggle in school. To be honest, I really do. Throughout my life, I really struggled, just physically, emotionally, and mentally. Being born with this disability allowed me not to do really good in school, and allowed me to learn differently from other kids. It was around high school, yes. It was my second semester of freshman year. I was really down because I had 2 B's going into my first semester, and then I really wanted to have all A's, and I had to literally kick my butt to do that. I really studied every single night. I literally just did everything. And then ever since, praise the Lord, I got all A's throughout high school after that. I'm really proud because I literally had to talk to my teachers, which I'm really scared about sometimes. And just being able just to be honest and vulnerable with them, my disability and everything. So it's been really good just to be proud of that, because I really struggled with it. And I'm not really open and honest with people about it, so y'all are like kind of the first ones to know in a sense.
One last question that I will say was not asked is my question is what are our majors?
Yes.
When asked that, no one really cares. But
so I came in undecided because I was between GME with the business emphasis and then Christian ministry, and now I'm a Christian ministry major. I hated business. And hoping to minor in biblical studies or even Spanish.
You
just told me this today.
Yeah.
That
So,
you switched.
basically, I pulled the whole entire typical college kid thing. Switched my major twice now. Halfway, well, we're like in the second semester. Came in as a sociology major because I wanted to do social work, but then kind of decided that wasn't necessarily the path that I wanted to stay on. So then I switched to nursing.
Was it literally the first day of school that you decided
Yeah, it was.
that?
Yeah, it was the first.
Just a side note.
I really was like, okay, this is what I want to do. And as like I progressed and like kind of saw more so like what like true nursing life is and like what it looks like, I was like, maybe not. So now I am a English education major. So I either want to be a middle school or high school English teacher. Love reading, love writing, love kids. I was pretty involved in high school. If I do end up teaching in high school, who knows what the Lord has planned. I really could switch my major again. Let's make it next year. I would love to just like be able to be a sponsor for a club or be an involved teacher. Those relationships with kids and able to just, I know for me, like a lot of my teachers in high school were like my confidants, and like I would sit in their classrooms if I had a free period, or would go eat with like some of my teachers for lunch. I'd love to be able to do that for like other kids, just because like that's what really helped me get through high school, because high school kind of stinks sometimes. Some people have really great experiences. I had a really good experience, but it definitely stunk sometimes. So
that's gonna be the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching through the entire thing. Like, I expected to be this long.
No,
but you know what?
We'll edit it, shorten it.
Prayers for editing. If you're seeing this right now, it's the Lord's faithfulness, and literally I probably would get less sleep just doing this for y'all, because I love y'all so much.
Yeah,
so
it's a 45-minute video right now, so
which we're gonna like do all the things. So much for watching. If y'all want more videos with Dallas, please comment below, because she would love to do more videos. If you want a room tour, then comment below.
Well, it's pretty clean right now.
I would have to vacuum.
Oh yeah. My laundry's still in my hamper. Like I said, I don't want to take my laundry.
So just comment below ideas, and we will shout out your next idea to this video. So
yes.
And then there's something at the very end of this video that sponsored, but like have a promo code with that y'all are free to use. And then that'll be it for the video. Thank you so much. Don't forget to like, subscribe with that little icon right there, I think, and then comment below some more ideas and what you thought about this as well. So I love y'all, and peace out.
Peace out.
This is not sponsored at all, but this is Fearlessly Pursuits, another cute brand I'm partnering up with to give y'all a coupon code for 30% off of your purchase, which is so awesome because as you can tell right now, some of these things are on sale. They also have a blog and Instagram feed. They also have different apparels for women and men, but some of them are unisex, which means both men and women can wear it. And as you saw there, you can get like a cropped top for women, which is kind of in right now, so that would be cool. So for example, if I want to buy the shirt, then I'm going to add it to my cart to whatever size I want. And then I'm going to go to checkout. Then I'm going to go to show order summary. And I'm going to put the discount code in order to get 30% off. As you can tell, I tried my name with 30 the first time, but if you do it without the 30, then it's the right coupon code. So I definitely encourage y'all to look into it, and a very good discount.